This week on Park Update, I'll tell you about an abundance of arts and cultural events all around the park. Many you can be involved in. Beautify the Park is off and running for the third year. City Council looks at the reuse of Cedar Manor and Elliott Community Center. Leslie Farrell takes a short look at spring sports. All this and more on Park Update. Thanks for joining us. I'm Scott Smith. The 2010 Sebez Foundation Minneapolis Jewish Film Festival continues through Sunday, April 18th at the Sebez JCC. This year's festival features more than 20 films, including comedies, dramas, and documentaries. General admission tickets are $9. Visit sebezjcc.org for complete listings. Our Town Verses and Voices continues Tuesday, April 20th with a community poetry jam at Bean Good Cafe. That's formerly the Harvest Moon Coffee Shop. The event will be held from 7 to 9 p.m. Everyone is invited to participate as long as poetry shared is family friendly. You can book your 5-minute time slot ahead of time by emailing Sarah at info@slpfriendsofthearts.org. Bookmark in the Park is holding an authors event from 10 a.m. until noon on Saturday, April 24th. That'll be at the Westwood Hills Nature Center in celebration of Earth Day and Arbor Day. Leanne Landstrom is the featured author. She'll be talking about her book, Nature's Yucky, Gross Stuff That Helps Nature Work, in keeping with Bookmark's theme for 2010, the environment. 100 copies of Landstrom's book will be distributed at the event, made possible by a grant to Bookmark from the St. Louis Park Community Foundation. The Park Theater Company presents Love Letters by A.R. Gurney, Thursday, April 22nd through Sunday, April 25th. All performances will be at 7 p.m., except for the Sunday 2 p.m. matinee. Performances will take place at Knollwood Mall across from Keith's Furniture Outlet. Tickets are sold at the door. You can reserve your tickets by calling 952-545-4665. Well, it's time again to beautify the park. Now, in its third year, the Beautify the Park campaign asks each of you to take some time to walk around your property, your alley, your neighborhood, and your community. Pick up some litter, plant some flowers, help out your neighbors. You can do it individually or get a group together. It's easy and it's fun. Visit beautifythepark.org for all the details. You'll want to be sure to reserve your tickets for the 21st Annual St. Louis Park Caring Youth Recognition on Tuesday, April 27th from 6:45 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Minneapolis Marriott West. Reservations are required and the cost is $7 per person. To make your reservations, call 952-928-6425. A glimpse into the public art headed for the Ellipse development on the corner of Excelsior Boulevard and France Avenue, plus exploring development options for the soon-to-be vacated school buildings, up next on the City Council Update. The Council received a report this week outlining the selected public art sculpture in the plaza of the Ellipse development. Artist Norman Anderson says the work, titled Wind Trace, focuses on the concept of the ellipse itself, which offers the perfection of the circle, but the soul of something original and more comforting. I guess we'll just have to see it. The project is expected to cost about $50,000 and will be paid for by the developer. Speaking of developments, the City Council this week put together some thoughts on the potential reuse for the Cedar Manor Elementary School and Elliott Community Center sites. The Council discussed what uses would be appropriate on the sites, as well as a public process involving the school district, neighborhoods, and other stakeholders to reach agreement on the future use or redevelopment plans for the sites. Jimmy Zwilling will be back next week with a full Council update. That is the latest news in the park. Now here's a look at events happening in your neighborhood. Birchwood Park is to receive a new park building per the city's capital improvement plan. Birchwood Park is being renovated, which will include a new park building similar to the new buildings at Browndale and Nelson Parks. The overall reaction from the neighborhood has been very positive. The Browndale neighborhood is having an Earth Day celebration at Browndale Park from 10 a.m. till noon. That's on April 17th, but neighbors can come at 9 a.m. and volunteers will be wood chipping and clearing the trail around the pond, led by Ryan Bell, who is working on his Eagle Scout project. The Minnehaha Neighborhood Association is hosting their Pick Up the Park event from 3 to 5 on the 17th. Residents will meet at Knollwood Green Park and help pick up trash from the park to 36th Street and the North Cedar Lake Trail. Well, as a result of the Meet the Mayor and Council Member Mavity event at the Park Glen Apartments, Marnie Olson received a call from a Park Glen resident interested in getting involved in Beautify the Park. The resident is reaching out to the Friends of Bass Lake and the Minnehaha Oaks neighborhood to try to coordinate a cleanup effort around Bass Lake. Turning now to school news, Aquilla, Cedar Manor, and Susan Lindgren elementary schools are now officially recognized as International Baccalaureate World Schools, known commonly as IB programs. The goal is to develop inquiring, knowledgeable, and caring young people who help to create a better and more peaceful world through intercultural understanding and respect. Peter Hobart Elementary School is expected to earn its authorization as an IB school this June. Still ahead, Leslie Farrell has the sports update, but first, some green tips.
A simple green tip: use rewritable CDs rather than non-reusable CDs. You can also use a thumb drive or memory stick or an external drive. And be sure to recycle your CDs and DVDs.
Now, here's Leslie Farrell with Sports Update.
In varsity baseball, the Red Knights dropped the opener at Irondale. A pair of 7-run innings propelled Irondale to a 15-6 win over Benilde St. Margaret in the team's season opener for 2010. BSM took its only lead of the game in the top of the third inning as Greg Zeman led off with a single and David Tranvik followed up with a triple to right center field. Mike Jabarian then singled to give the Red Knights a 3-1 lead, which just wasn't enough to keep pace with Irondale's 2 7-run innings. BSM played the second of its 8 consecutive road games Tuesday, April 13th, traveling to Lindstrom, coming home with their second consecutive loss against Chisago Lakes. Across town, the Orioles traveled to Robbinsdale Cooper, coming away with a 0-1 on the season. The Orioles' home opener is April 20th at Dakota Park. Next week, I'll have all the scores, including softball, for the Red Knights and the Orioles. For Park Update, I'm Leslie Farrell.
Thanks, Les, and thank you for watching Park Update. For Leslie Farrell and Jamie Zwilling, I'm Scott Smith. We'll see you again next week.